Hello everyone, Denethor here, and today we're going to be going over some of the new hero talents that were released by Blizzard a couple days ago. And this is for the Riders of the Apocalypse Death Knight. So very exciting. Woo, Riders of the Apocalypse. Everyone's been kind of memeing on this one because, well, we'll get into it. The Death Knights are going to get their own combat pony. So this is for Frost and Unholy. So this is just for DPS Death Knights. No blood, sorry. As a rider of the apocalypse, you are a champion of the four horsemen, calling upon their aid to assist you in battle. You have a proficiency in mounted combat, and your link with the four horsemen brings conquest, war, famine, and death to all that oppose you. Sounds cheery. All right, let's get into it. Okay. Right off the bat, Rider's Champion. Spending runes has a chance to call forth the aid of a horseman for 10 seconds. Now, I gotta say, I think this tree is cool, but this needs a little bit of work. Because spending runes has a chance to call forth the aid of a horseman for 10 seconds. Which one? Do you get to pick? Because if I get to pick, I'm picking Nazgrim every time. Okay, well, we'll go through them all. Mograine casts Death and Decay at his location that follows his position. All right, kind of like a pulsing AoE damage deal. Cool. Whitemane casts Undeath on your target, dealing Shadowfrost damage per stack every 3 seconds for 24 seconds. Each time Undeath deals damage, it gains a stack, cannot be refreshed. All right, that's cool. It's good damage. Troll's Bane casts Chains of Iron on your targets, slowing their movement speed by 70%, increasing the damage they take from you by 5% for 8 seconds. Now, that's annoying. I'm just going to say that's annoying. I know tanks will not like that. And they're trying to move a group of mobs, and Troll Bane is over here. Merp, merp. Okay, and then Nazgrim, while Nazgrim is active, you gain Apocalyptic Conquest, increasing your strength by 5%. Now, that's nice. Now, first of all, if you can pick, then this is awesome, because it could be really situational. This is a great buff. If you can't, and you just get a random one, this kind of stinks. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. All right. So let's go through. On a pale horse, while outdoors, you are able to mount your Acarus Death Charger in combat. I always want to call it Arceus, but it's not Arceus, it's Acarus. Okay, that's cool. And then this is the really cool one, Death Charge. Active ability replaces Death's Advance. Call upon your Death Charger to break free of movement impairing effects for 10 seconds, while upon your Death Charger, your movement speed is increased by 100%. You cannot be slowed, and you are immune to forced movement effects and knockbacks. Okay, goodbye entangling. Yeah, that's really cool. All right. Then we have Mograine's Might. Your damage is increased by 5%, and you gain the benefit of your Death and Decay while inside Mograine's Death and Decay. Okay. Horseman's Aid. While at your aid, the horseman will occasionally cast Anti-Magic Shell on you and themselves at 80% effectiveness. All right, that's cool. I like that. It's not necessarily going to be helpful, but it depends on what's going on. Or Pact of the Apocalypse. When you take damage, 5% of the damage is redirected to each active horseman. Okay, that's kind of cool. Or horsewoman. Okay, it says developer's note. While not directly related to the Rider of the Apocalypse tree, we know that both Sandland and Rider trees have talents that interact with Death and Decay. And we'd like to avoid these talents drawing too much of the focus of feedback, as we have some plans to alleviate the pressure of staying within your Death and Decay. While we have nothing to reveal right now at this moment, we can say that we have plans to change how Cleaving Strikes functions in the War Within. In other words, shut up, we heard you. We know. Get over it. Okay. The second row. Okay, so we had Mograine's Might up here on the top row, and then these three. Whitemane's Famine. When your diseases deal damage to an enemy affected by undeath, it gains another stack. All right. Additionally, when undeath deals damage, it infects another nearby enemy. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, this undeath, I'm really curious to see how it behaves. Because I guess it's just a new disease, so that's pretty cool. Nazgrim's Conquest. If an enemy dies while Nazgrim is active, the strength of Apocalyptic Conquest is increased by 3%. Additionally, each rune you spend increases its value by 1%. So spending runes has a chance to call forth the aid of a horseman for 10 seconds. So you have 4 talents that are only so these only one of these is active at a time, unless I mean um your capstone is you're gonna call 4 of them, but we're gonna get there. Okay, so if an enemy dies while Nazgrim is active, the strength of Apocalyptic Conquest is increased by 3%, and additionally, each rune you spend increases its value by 1%. So you're really gonna buff up your strength. That's pretty cool. I'm telling you, Nazgrim, he's Nazgrim is Biss. Trollbane's Icy Fury. When you obliterate or Scourge Strike a target afflicted or affected by Trollbane's Chains of Ice, it shatters, dealing Shatterfrost damage to nearby enemies and slows them by 40% for 4 seconds. What's with all this slowing? I don't use Icy or Chains of Ice in combat unless I'm by myself, or if I'm specifically trying to slow a mob down. Like Blackrock Hold is a good example. But otherwise, no. I don't want to... Okay. Hungering Thirst. The damage of your diseases, Frost Strike, Death Coil are increased by 15%. All right, so just more damage. That's I'm not going to complain about that. Fury of the Horseman. Every 50 runic power you spend extends the duration of the horseman's aid in combat by 1 second up to 5 seconds. Okay. I mean, that's... But if you have Trollbane, a Feast for Souls, or Feast of Souls, not a Feast for Crows. That's George R. R. Martin. That's different. While you have 2 or more horsemen aiding you, your runic power spending abilities deal 20% increased damage and have 10% chance to refund a rune. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot better. Okay. And then Mossworn Menace. The cooldown of your Horn of Winter and Unholy Blight is reduced by 15 seconds, and Death and Decay is reduced by 10 seconds. That's really cool. I like that. Because more Death and Decay is better. Okay, your capstone ability is Apocalypse Now, Army of the Dead, and Froststorm's Fury. Call upon all 4 horsemen to aid you for 20 seconds. That I like. So let's go back up here. Spending runes has a chance to call forth the aid of a horseman for 10 seconds. So how many runes is it going to take? What's my chance, really, is what's the percentage? And how often can this occur? So if it's like a 20% chance, can I get like 2 horsemen within a few seconds of each other? Can I have 2 up at the same time? I think that would be pretty cool. If it's a low percentage and it's really frustrating, then this whole tree is terrible. So I guess what it boils down to is, yeah, you're just going to have this rolling horsemen coming, or horsewoman, coming every so often, and they're there for 10 seconds or longer if you pick Fury of the Horseman. Okay, so the tree itself is actually really simple. It's you're buffing the horseman here, these 4 talents, or you're changing some of the things that they do. Either they're giving you anti-magic shell, or they're taking 5% of the damage that you take is getting redirected to them, which I think that's really cool. This death charge ability is fantastic. I love it. And more damage. And then this is just kind of more damage over, or your reduced cooldowns over here, which is going to result in more damage. But this is just kind of affecting how this works. So if you have 2 or more horsemen aiding you, your runic power spending abilities deal 20% increased damage. So if you're really good at getting your horsemen to come out, then yeah, you're gonna do more damage. Your runic power spending abilities would be like shoot, I can't even think. Why am I drawing a blank? Death Coil. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was terrible. Hi, I'm doing a review. Jeez. Yeah, or Frost Strike. So yeah, this this is terrible. You can tell that I don't play Frost Death Knight very often. My Death Knight is a Blood Death Knight, and I only play Frost when I have to. I have an Unholy Death Knight too, but she's kind of like low down on the character totem pole. Yeah. So overall, I think this is a good tree. I really like it. I wish that there was a little bit more control in who you could summon, but I guess this is the type of thing that's going to get cleaned up over time. This is the type of thing that will eventually get more it'll get more streamlined, and we'll get it more kind of focused in gameplay. And as always, WoW players will optimize the fun out of it. So yeah, this is a pretty cool tree. Again, you know, if you are not convinced that this is the hero talent tree for you, please submit your feedback to Blizzard. I will put the link to the blog post in there, and you can from there you can find the feedback link. But you know, ultimately, I think this one's pretty good. Seems like it's a lot of fun, and really that's the goal. That's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to have fun. So yeah, there you go. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. If you don't enjoy the video, then you know, well, I guess I'll try and do better next time. But that's it for now, and I'll see you in the next one.